What a thriller on Monday night at Raymond James Stadium. A red-out night, everybody wearing red. And the Buccaneers saw Tom Brady at his very best in the closing 3 minutes of an exciting, thrilling win by Tampa Bay over the New Orleans Saints. What a tremendous comeback by the Buccaneers.
Keep going, bro. Never die, never quit.
Entering tonight, 1-43 in his career when trailing by at least 13 in the fourth. The only win, that 19-point deficit he and the Patriots overcame in the Super Bowl against the Falcons. It's a pretty good time to erase a deficit, and they erased this one and get the victory.
Great throws on the first drive by Tom Brady.
Guys pushing each other, guys keeping the morale solid, because in situations where things aren't going right, it's easy to have that one thought, that'll just change your direction, your energy. And guys didn't do that, and I think that's why we came out victorious.
And then the final 3 minutes of this ball game, Tom Brady does his thing. He throws a touchdown pass to Kate Otten after Mike Evans had drawn a pass interference flag at the 1 yard line. Mike caught 4 passes in this game for 54 yards, but add the 44 yards to it. He had a 100-yard game. That sets up the touchdown throw to Kate Otten. Then the defense does its thing. 31 seconds, a 3-and-out, boom, Saints are off. Here comes the GOAT. Greatest of all time, Tom Brady. We start the drive with a little over 2 minutes to go, and he engineers the game-winning drive, and he had to do it twice. Right?
You still can't doubt him now at the age of 45 or 35 or 25 or whatever year you want to pick.
It just reminded me of my time in New England, right? Something about the way he leads, something about the way he takes charge, something about how, when everything's on the line, he's able to make that one play that'll make the difference. I have a lot of respect for him as a leader, not just a quarterback.
Fellas, as I just said, the entire tenor of this conversation changes. It's a 180, right? I mean, we're about to talk about, gosh, Brady is a mess. This offense stinks. Who's going to win the South? And then they do this, and it is so much like the Rams to me, where they're not good for most of the game. But then with the opportunity, Joe, to grab a hold of it and win it, we shouldn't doubt the guy. But just based on the way the game went tonight, I just wonder what you saw in front of you sort of caught your attention.
Yeah, I think the offensive line got a little bit better.
Just talk about Brady's ability to get you guys in the end zone twice with 3 minutes to go when you hadn't really gotten there before then.
Great job, great execution. Seems like we can only score in the last part of the ball game. We sputtered around a couple quarters, but the leadership Tom showed, the receivers did a great job, every one of them, running backs, between Broussard and Lenny. The O-line got the job done, and, Cade played well. They did good in the last part of the game.
But just in those last couple drives, you hit Julio Jones, you hit White, Godwin, Miller, Otten, and then you get the big 44-yard penalty. So Tom Brady spread it around, and guys stepped up and made some plays when they needed to.
Game on or game over?
Well, I didn't say that, but I said that he gives us the best chance to do those things. When I came into the league, I was fortunate enough to have 2 really good quarterbacks. I started with Drew Brees, came to Tom Brady, went to Chicago. Things didn't happen the same way, right? But I got to watch him lead a team, and I'm just inspired by the way he plays, the way he doesn't quit, even when things were going tough through that first half.
Previously, there was a 4th and 10, too, when you're backed up in your own end zone. You had the team on the field again, same situation, you pulled them off.
Well, it was a timeout. 4th and 10. If we don't get it on 4th and 10, they kick a field goal. We don't win this game because they go up 2 scores, and we lose 20-17.
But when you get to the last 6 minutes of the game, the Bucs look like they're in a situation they can't come back from. And who else but Tom Brady puts together a great drive. You get a big pass interference down to 1 yard line. They knock it right in. They get the ball back. And what did you say, 30-something seconds?
Yeah, 31 seconds. The defense held the Saints. We used 2 timeouts.
Right.
We were wondering, why are we holding on to these timeouts?
Right.
But we hold on to the timeouts defensively. We use the timeouts. You stop them on a 1 yard game, stop them on a 3 yard game, stop them after the 3rd down. You use 2 timeouts, and the 3rd down was an incomplete pass. So you still had that 1 timeout, the 2-minute warning, before we got going.
Right.
Wow.
And then the thing about it is the Bucs got down into that red zone area, and you mentioned on the air, how come they're not using that timeout now? Well, it turned out at the end of the game, even after the big potential game-killing holding call, you have an opportunity to throw the ball to White in the field of play. So even if he gets tackled, you still have the timeout, one more opportunity at the end zone, which gave Byron Leftwich the opportunity to call that little pirouette angle route out of the backfield where you thought the Bucs were either going to go into the end zone or on the sideline.
We're going to force
force that 3 and out, give Tom the ball back with about 2 minutes left. What was going through your mind?
Oh, I actually was talking to Knott right here. So Knott, I told him if anybody can do it, Brady can. So that's what happened.
Tom did a great job seeing where they were doubling and going to the open guy, and everybody was executing well, putting the ball back down, getting lined up, executing, getting out of bounds, and understanding what we needed to do.
How big was the catch by Julio Jones after the penalty at the 5-yard line? Maybe the biggest catch of the day.
Without a doubt. And he wasn't open. He and Taylor, the rookie, who really played a good game, were running shoulder and shoulder, and Julio Jones just went up, reached out in front of him, snatched the ball, and that was the key. You put him in a great position at the end of the game.
You made your living playing defense in this league. You played on some great defenses. This Saints defense is nice.
Yes,
they're nasty.
really
they
good.
have had the Buccaneers number through the years, and they played a great football game. And then, I didn't see this coming, man. There's a touchdown, a great stop by the Buccaneer defense, and then another touchdown. You're sitting in that locker room, peeling the tape off. Right now, how do you make a result like this make sense if you're the Saints defense?
You actually can't make it make sense. And I think what it is, it's about execution. The New Orleans Saints were a better team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the entire game until it mattered most. And that's why the fourth quarter comebacks, that's why the 2-minute drives mean so much, because it's when the physical meets the mental and it's also combined with the pressure. And it's the people and the teams that can handle that pressure the best that win. And today, that wasn't the Saints.
The New Orleans Saints had defeated the Buccaneers 4 times in a row at Raymond James Stadium. That's not supposed to happen. And by God, they almost made it 5 in a row. With the heroics of Tom Brady, his teammates, we overcome a 15-yard penalty. We make every kick that we attempt.
I get that Brady's been through more of this than anybody. Obviously, when you're 45 years old, you play longer than a lot of these kids have been alive on your team. But it seemed that in the moments that mattered the most, he was at his best, which makes sense.
Think about this. New Orleans went out to San Francisco in their previous game. They got shut out 13-0, but that's one of the best teams in the National Football League. So they only scored 13 against the same team the Bucs scored 17 on to win 17-6.
Well, you know what happens is when you get to these moments, it's about either making diamonds or busting pipes. There you go. Right? That's what the pressure does.
Nicest thing I saw in the entire post game, Tristan Wirfs, hobbled foot, came up and gave Tom Brady a huge bear hug and lifted up about 5 feet off the ground. Thank you, Tristan Wirfs, for being the soul of this football team. And thank you, Tom Brady, for doing your best thing. 44-time Tom Brady. 44 career fourth quarter comebacks. And that means the Bucs win! The Bucs win, the Bucs win, 17-16. Off to San Francisco, got to search for some gold and another win.
Go Bucs.
Big dubs. Thank you for coming out. Let's go! Bucs with the win. Good job. Don't make a scene, just be. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming out today for All Red. We had to put on the show. It was a nail biter, but we pulled through.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe as I post a new Tom Brady video every day.